Welcome back to another Going Global video. My name is Desmond Landers, your startup advisor and partner in entrepreneurship. As you can see, I'm in Trinidad. Trinidad is a small island about 11 miles north of Venezuela. Venezuela, as you know, is at the northern tip of South America. If you look at it kind of coming from north downward, this is really the bottom of the Caribbean. It's super cool. It's about a 5.5 hour plane trip from Houston to get here. I slept a lot, but I'm telling you, as soon as I touched ground, I was not disappointed, and I don't think you will be either. I'm actually recording live from the Young Lady Road lookout. There's a very similar lookout in Hawaii, so when we drove up here, I had deja vu. I was like, are we in Hawaii? The only thing that's different is in Hawaii the sun was shining, and right now we're like in the middle of a storm. So I'll show you like what's going on out in the ocean in a second. Now, before I get into my little spill about entrepreneurship and business, I want you to look behind me. Behind me is the Port of Spain. That is the main city in Trinidad and Tobago. So if you look down here, you'll see the Savannah Valley area. Our driver told us that was an area that was donated by a family, and basically their last wishes for that piece of land was that the land not be changed forever. So I mean, there's a 3 square mile radius of land that apparently is not supposed to be changed from the time that it was actually donated back to the country. I don't understand how someone can donate land back to the country where the land was formed, but anyway, that's what happened. So now if you go back and look over here, you'll see a little kind of overlay covering, and what you'll see is it kind of looks like a semi-arena stage area. Well, that's the stage, and I don't remember the name, but that's the stage where a lot of people from Carnival, that's kind of where it ends up, and a lot of bands perform there, and also people that are trying to showcase their Carnival dress, so all their costumes and dress and all that good stuff. Apparently that's the field and that's the venue where a lot of that is done. Apparently they party hard here during Carnival. Now if you look here, this is the Trinidad version of the Sydney Opera House. If many of you can remember, I was in Sydney just a little while ago, and you probably saw the official real Opera House. Well, this is the clone of it, and it was built by the Chinese, from what our driver was telling us. Last thing I want to show to you is further back out there, you'll see the Atlantic Ocean with a lot of the oil tankers and the cargo tankers out there, and then you'll see like the official, this is kind of the valley of the Port of Spain, and there's a downtown area there as well. My hotel is just right there on the corner, if you can see, just staying at the Hyatt. So super cool. The wind is picking up now. It looks like we're about to be in the middle of a monsoon. It doesn't matter because I'm still recording. But look, here's the deal in Trinidad. Weather's great, people are great, food is great. The conversion rate is really good. You're gonna get about 6 TTs, right? That's the currency here, the TT. 6 TTs for every $1 US. Let me show you some of those right now. So here's a 10. There you go. Here's a 20. You see the difference there. You see the back here. And there's a 100. You see the back. Central Bank of Trinidad and Tobago. So you know I'm not lying. This is the truth. I'm right here on the ground. So a couple things from an entrepreneurial standpoint that I've noticed is that in addition to being an accountant or an engineer or in construction or working for the government, obviously you can do those things here and make a good life. But if you want to be an entrepreneur, one, if you cook, this is a great place, just like Thailand. Street vendors all over the place, little shops and restaurants where people are going to eat. Now the thing is, you got to be able to cook good, because the influence here is a lot of Indian, French, and some other things mixed together to kind of make that Caribbean, Trinidadian food spicy. It's hot. It's really good. So if you can cook well, then you may be able to support yourself here in Trinidad. Another area that I've found to be unique here is clothing, designers, and people who create apparel. Apparently, folks in Trinidad like to dress, and they like to buy clothing, and they like to look really good. Now, a subset of being able to do that is if you can actually make clothing, not just put logos on stuff, but if you can make clothing, then a good industry here for you apparently is making Carnival costumes. Now, Carnival is a festival that happens really all over the world, but it's huge in the Caribbean and South America, and it happens here in February. I guess for $2,000 to $3,000, people are buying and they're selling Carnival costumes. Look, you see it's raining here. I'm still not stopping. Yeah, so it's really cool. Now, another thing that was interesting to me is like the oil industry. We met some guys on the plane here, they work for BP, they're getting the oil out of the ground, and apparently locals really benefit and the country benefits from the oil exports, and it also, some of the people benefit from being in the oil services. So from an oil services standpoint, getting into rigging or some of the mining or doing consulting services for oil companies is a big deal. So as you guys can see, I've been a veteran for a little bit part of this video, but I'm gonna wrap up now because I don't want to get completely rained on. But this is Desmond signing out from Trinidad and Tobago, going global. I'll talk to you soon.